In other news, it's Suicide Prevention Week. 4 times as many veterans have died by suicide than in combat. In fact, suicide is the second leading cause of death in the United States for people aged 25 to 34.
We spoke with a volunteer from the North Carolina chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention about what to do if you or someone you know is struggling.
Run completely by volunteers, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is energized by people who have experienced loss due to suicide or attempted it themselves.
The reason why this is near and dear to me is because my husband, David Craft, completed suicide back in June of 2009. It was something that was very traumatic to not only me, but my entire family.
Angelia Craft is an activist with the North Carolina chapter of the AFSP. She says she wants to remove the stigma around suicide and let people know they aren't alone. She says she has a particular passion for this area because her husband was a veteran, and she had no idea he was struggling.
He was my sweetheart. He was my everything. There was no warnings of this, no warnings at all. Just being a man and discussing that you have a problem doesn't mean that you're weak, and I just hope to erase that. And so David was the most kindest, gentlest man you could ever know.
Craft herself survived an attempt to take her own life, and she wants to be there for people who might be feeling how she once felt.
You can get through it. We have to go through it to get to the other side. So we don't want to give up. We don't want to just give in. There's help available.
For anyone who is experiencing the loss of a loved one, Craft recommends doing something to honor that person.
I set the table just like I set the table for myself and David. And just know that they wouldn't have intentionally done this, but sometimes in a moment you can't think and reason.
Craft says if you are struggling, you can reach out to the AFSP by texting TALK to 741-741. You can even remain anonymous.